Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Star Flames. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on your notification bell, and join the family. Guys, finally, all the media outlets, they have someone else to pick on other than Ye. Ye is a very smart man, and we have to give him credit for that. Ye knows exactly when to keep a very low profile, out of sight, out of mind, and he told us all what was going on, but many people thought that guy is crazy. Shut him up already. Cancel him already. And now they actually have someone to shut up. They actually have someone they need to cancel. But so many people are saying we're considering our actions as it relates towards Sean Diddy Combs. Let me tell you something about Hollywood. Hypocrisy is so real, and they know it is because Sean Diddy Combs, he got tips and clips and everything on these people. So everyone is ensuring that their ass is covered before they cut ties with him, cancel him, and call him out on his BS. However, let's move on to what we're here to talk about, because in this video, we're going to talk about the shaming truth about Jennifer Lopez dark past with Sean Diddy Combs, as she is, also him. They're talking about alleged drug mule, and we have a report coming out from Maureen Callahan. Now, Maureen Callahan is also slamming Ashton Kutcher and all of Hollywood for their cowardly silence. Oh, please. Y'all are a bunch of hypocrites. You guys were going in at the A. Yeah, all of you, including the media. But let's get into the report, right? Because you guys know I like to be detail oriented. I love to provide information and add context. So let's do it, okay? Because this is how we do it, honey. So let's get into it. Now they're saying that time's up for Sean Diddy Combs, and he knows it, as must his longtime friend, associate, colleagues, employees, politicals, and an entire celebrity industrial complex that propped up this monster for decades, Jennifer Lopez included. If there's any justice, Diddy won't be the only one held accountable. Listen, J-Lo is not going to be held accountable in any of this. The only person they want at this point is Diddy. And it's going to really take quite a few number of years for them to truly get this man, because again, he has so many evidence on so many people. It can ruin a lot of people just at the snap of his fingers. So they're not going to come out and condemn him because they are hella scared of him equally as he's afraid of them. And that is why they sent in Homeland Security. Let's see what evidence you have on us. Let's see what tape you have on us. This is a highly corrupted situation. Just think about it. If he allegedly, well, let's say allegedly, because we have to work with that, deleted Kim Porter, he got someone to fake the autopsy report to say that that woman died from something else when they knew damn well they poisoned and killed her with toxic metal. You know that this corruption runs extremely deep. It doesn't stop here or there. And this is why, people are saying, any day now, the feds are going to get him. No, honey. No, not any day now. Give him about 2 or 3 years when they are surely, when they surely have everything that they need to cover their asses. But let's continue with this report, because you're saying that former NYPD, New York Police Department investigator Jared Parker, who worked as the 1999 shooting involving Combs and J-Lo, has compared him to the Jeffrey Epstein of hip-hop. He escaped a lot because of who he was, Parker said. Now, a lot of stuff is just coming back. On Sunday, Combs released a pathetic, self-pitying video statement in which he apologized for viciously beating his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura. This after decades of Diddy's rebuttal and reverse accusations claiming Cassie with all her allegations are of systematic rape and violence. was attempting to blackmail, revenge, and extort. Everyone knew he has long told the world exactly who and what he is. The recent raid on his LA and Miami estates have been long coming. It was long coming only to secure evidence on you, not to get him behind bars because look at what's going on. Nothing. And that's what they do. They tend to get people hopes up. But if you guys are really paying attention, you would know that he's not going to go down this year. He's not going to go down next year. It's going to really take some time because everyone is connected. They're either connected directly or indirectly. Just look at the connection. It's like Oprah, Obama, J Lo, Kris Jenner, Kim Kardashian, Jay-Z, Beyonce. It's a chain connection, so he's not going to go down this year. Clive Davis, Lucian Grange, Ari Emanuel, the connection runs deep. That is a very deep, dark connection. And that is one of the reasons why they took out Kim Porter, because remember, they thought that Kim Porter would want into their dark, corrupted, twisted, evil world. They invited her at that round table. Sometimes we use these phrases and sometimes we don't even know what we're getting ourselves into about a seat at the table. What table do you want a seat at? Because there's a demonic table in Hollywood. And when they want to indoctrinate people into their devil world, they invite them at that table. That invitation is what actually took Kim Porter out because by that time, they exposed her to way too much than what she was prepared for. She wasn't done with that bestiality and all the nonsense. I'm not saying that animals, when I say bestiality in this case, it's just that their animal behavior that they opened and exposed her to. She was definitely not about that life. If you guys don't know, it is said that and Sloan Bella told us this. They invited her to that round table. There were quite a few people there, famous, popular people, politicians, you name it. They showed her like their sodomy ritual and the other ugly, dark, horrible, twisted things that they did. And she was heavily disgusted by it. Again, she was also working with international authorities to take down Sean Diddy Combs and his courts because she knew that the local police department, they were corrupted. And she knows that if she had to, try to work with the police, she wasn't sure of who to trust. So she was working with international authorities to get Combs down. But Combs, he had to get rid of her because he wasn't only a threat. She wasn't only a threat to him. She was also a threat to his chain connection, all the people that he's involved with directly and indirectly. But let us continue with this report because I want to provide you guys with all the info, okay? Now they're saying that yet here was New York City Mayor Eric Adams giving Combs the key to the city just last September. He did that just last September? Oh my goodness. It was just last September. Okay, they're saying Sean Diddy Combs is the embodiment of New York City's attitude. Adams said at the ceremony, I think he is. Wink, wink. They're saying he has proven to be a singular generational talent. Please. Adams is a former New York City police officer. You can't tell me he didn't know anything about Combs. He has been on the NYPD's radar since at least 1999 when nine people died and 29 were injured at an overfilled New York City basketball event Combs promoted. Cassie, by the way, sued just 2 months after Combs got the key in November 2023. It was filed one day before a special New York provision allowing, it was filed, one day before a special New York provision allowing victims of sexual abuse whose allegations would otherwise have fallen outside the statute of limitation was to end. Now they're saying that timing to me suggests that Cassie really struggled with her decision to file, that she likely remains very afraid of Combs. She is. Now they're saying with good reason, his violent behavior has been known to law enforcement for decades, yet he has never been found guilty of any of it. His rap sheet continues through the 1990s and beyond. Alleged shooting, beating, violent assault, death threats, the explosion of car bombs in rival rapper Kid Cudi's vehicle, and of course, that infamous nightclub shootout involving JLo. Well, get into that a bit. They're saying we'll get into that a bit. Slipping up there, no, they're also saying that most recently Combs has denied Cassie's claim. One particular vicious detail has him stomping on her face, beating her to a pulp until she bled profusely and threw up, all witnessed by at least one of Combs' bodyguards, but no, he can deny no more. Horroring security cam video from an LA hotel dated March 5th, 2016 was leaked to CNN on Friday. 72 hours later, did he really need time to think this through? Adams said he is considering revoking the New York City key. What more proof does he need? This footage is beyond damaging. We see Diddy wrapped only in a bath towel, grabbing Cassie by the neck, pushing her to the floor, and kicking her quite literally while she was down, immobile. No, she wasn't immobile. She actually, it's like that, like, I'm going to use this example. Do you know, like when a dog wants to greet you and they're letting you know that it's okay to pat them, they're friendly, and they would lay on their side, lay on their back with their legs up. So Ooh, when Cassie, sorry, when she laid, if you notice, yes, he grabbed her, flung her down, but she stayed down because she knew that she was submitting at that point to him. She was basically saying, okay, I'm not going to go. I'm going to stay here. When you want me up, you will lift me up because she knows what the man does. She knows what he's capable of. She has experienced it before. So that was her submitting to her. She really wasn't like, immobile. She was mobile. She was mobile, but she was submitting to her. She was literally, that was her action of saying, you don't have to hit me anymore. You don't have to kick me anymore. You don't have to stump me anymore. I'm right here. I'm not going away. I was trying to leave and that made you upset. So I'm not going to go. That she was literally retreating. She was waving that white flag. She was literally crying peace because she knows that if she had opened her mouth, it would have triggered him, further. So she had to do that action of retreat survival mode. That's what she did in that moment, right? Now they're saying that he then pulls her by her shirt and drags her along the hallway where the assault continues until someone gets off the elevator on their floor. That's how emboldened Combs has been, comfortable enough to unleash grievous bodily harm against a defenseless woman in a very public place, half naked cameras everywhere. He doesn't care. He really doesn't care. Now they're saying that he reportedly paid the LA Intercontinental Hotel, the site of this brutal beatdown, $50,000 for the footage. But what he didn't know, I'm just telling you guys this part, it's not in the report, I'm not seeing it. He did know that when they gave him a copy of the footage, they also gave Cassie Ventura a copy of the very said footage. And people don't know that. That's how the feds got that tape. They saw it, okay? So he was really very shocked by that because I think that Cassie also wanted to get some piece of information out there proving that she was not telling a lie because many people, especially men, they were like, oh, this lady's lying. She's just after this guy money. And Cassie wanted people to know that's not the case. Something did happen and I have evidence to my claims. Now let's continue. They're saying, who sold it to Holmes? How many hotel employees and execs were involved in this cover-up? If you haven't already seen it, watch a video. You'll never look at Combs the same way again. He is vile, irredeemable, and should be put away for life. Yet in his apology video, he paints himself as the lone victim here. It is so difficult to reflect on the darkest time in your life, he says. Voice all too casual, tears none. That man wasn't going to give any tears because he was so aggressive in his mannerism. He was so aggressive, wrong and strong, right? Now they're saying sometimes he says, you got to do that. I was effed up. I hit rock bottom. They're saying for him, you know? But then they continue quoting what Diddy said, and he said, but I make no excuse, says the man who has spent years lying and making excuses. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. It goes on like that. Me. Not once does he mention Cassie or the pain he caused her or what he can do to make amends. So guys, let's stick a pin there because if you remember, he cannot publicly mention Cassie Ventura's name. Neither can she mention his name as per their agreement on the lawsuit that he had settled with her, right? No, they're saying that um claims to have gone to therapy and rehab. No dates, no details, no insight offered. And then, of course, to have asked God for grace. Even God would like Sean Combs to lose his number. That was really funny, but let's continue. They're saying the Cassie video is a bombshell for good and for ill. The LA County District Attorney Office quickly announced that Combs cannot be prosecuted because at 8 years old, this video falls outside the statute of limitation. Unconscionable, but this is how violence against women is still reviewed. Too bad, really, but there's a time limit on holding so-called men who rape and brutalize to account. Women have to matter more than this. It is time to eliminate the statute of limitations for domestic violence and sex crimes. Investigators are no longer hamstrung by the he said, she said claims of 20 or 30 years ago. We live in a world with security cameras everywhere. We all carry personal recording devices and GPS systems in our phone. Evidence is often multiple. Years after an assault, as we see with Cassie video, in control, incontrovertible proof can emerge that a claimant is telling the truth and that a dangerous predator needs to be taken off the street. Well, are they going to get rid of this one? Nope, I don't think so. Okay. Now they're also saying that Combs should be in handcuffs immediately. Shame on every politician, prosecutor, and lawmaker who fails to correct that. Despite his New York City rap sheet, Combs wasn't known as a violent criminal nationally until 1998 after his arrest for brutally beating Interscope record exec Steve Stout in 1999. Why? Combs didn't like the edit for one of his music videos. He punched me in the face and then he grabbed the phone and bashed me in the head with it, told the LA Times. If somebody can get away with walking into a headquarters of the world's biggest record company, beating up a senior exec over a disagreement, Stout said, I guarantee you this is going to be a great business for criminal to thrive in. True words, true words. He called it actually. He literally called it. Now, guys, we have some more to go through, and I want to give you guys all the details from this because I think that a lot of people really don't know all this much. All right. Now, they're saying that Combs was sentenced to 1 day of anger management. Did he have a police or prosecutor on his payroll then and now? That's their question. But the answer to that question is he has the higher ups. The higher ups are his antlers. They control everything. So he's never been held accountable. And that is why they're not holding him accountable. No, that's it. Nothing else. Now, let's continue. They're saying next up, the Times Square nightclub incident, the same year in which 3 people were shot. One young woman in the face, Combs the prime suspect, and J-Lo his alleged gun mule. Honey, the plot thickens. Lopez was arrested, as was Combs. She spent 14 hours in custody before being released without charges, but not before allegedly demand someone fetch her some cuticle cream. Priorities. Combs was found not guilty, but his protege, Shine Barrow, long suspected to be the fall guy, did 10 years. Victim Natanya Rubin, to this day, contends that it was Combs who shot her, not Shine. Do you guys remember that lady that I said she's willing to, have surgeons remove the remaining bullet fragments from her face? That's the case that they're talking about, right? She said, I literally watched them pull out the guns, she said in March. I had a clear point of view. I mean, for God's sake, I got shot in my nose. As for J-Lo, a recent lawsuit filed by Rodney Little Rod Jones alleges that on the night of the 1999 club shooting, it was J-Lo who carried the gun into the club for Combs and passed him the gun after he got into the altercation with another individual. Lopez has so far remained silent about what happened that night and what really went into their 2-year relationship. She's not the only one. His great pal, Ashton Kutcher, who defended convicted rapist Danny Masterson, also remained silent. And what of the nearly 30 artists such as John Legend, her, Mary J. Blige, and The Weeknd, who collaborated on Combs' laughable Tile Love album? I think they meant Title Love album last year. They're saying Diddy partied with princes, with Trump, and the world top CEOs and stars. If allegations of a sprawling sex trafficking ring are true, well, how many people knew? As the allegation and accusation against Combs mount, everything from Usher interference that he was exposed to dark events under Combs' mentorship, to sex trafficking and rape allegation involving minors, to Little Rod's claim Combs and actor Cuba Gooding Jr. sexually assaulted him. Well, clearly a federal indictment is in the offing. Justice, it seems, will finally now prevail, but at what cost? How much human carnage could have been spared? As Combs undoubtedly knows, he is in for as much hurt, if not true, as he allegedly inflicted over the years. Even the most hardened prisoners don't take kindly to woman beaters and rapists. And that's the end of it, guys. That's the end. So it's your time to chime in. Y'all know what to do. Give this video a big thumbs up. Share. Stay safe. Stay blessed. See you guys later. Bye, guys.